Hey folks, it's Bishopheals from the ECF Forums and host on Vape TV Live. Baby, I am here today because I gotten a lot of PMs and requests regarding towards the wisdom. Okay, as far as if it's true, if the CE2s are catching, breaking, cracking, whatsoever. So, I have not removed this coil that I built last time when I did the review, and I'm still pumping it. And as you can see, she's still performing, okay? She's still performing. Now, I do have it on the Helix. And I'm just using a 2650 battery configuration. That's all. Okay. Ohms. Let's see if it's still at 0.6. I mean, if it is, I'll be surprised. And it is. Okay. I think it was 0.64 when I did the build, and it's only 0.67 now. Okay, so it's already, I mean, it's still performing, but the flavor is already going right now. So it's time to redo the coils, and I wanted to do a video removing the actual coil from the ceramic and see if it's going to be stuck in any way. This is a dual coil action that I have going on here. And she's still performing, but the flavors are like the wick is already done, you know, like it's, I'm not getting good taste out of my cinnamon titties, you know, from fluid vapor. So I gotta redo the coils. So let's redo the coils. I'm gonna remove it from the Helix. Put the Helix on the side, and let's zoom down the camera. So we can get a better look at it. Okay, so remove the drip tip. Okay, so we're left with the device. So I'm unscrewing it, and this is what it looks so far. Let me zoom that in. This is what it looks like. See, it's already like gunked up a bit. Okay. However, I would love to do a dry burn, but you know, it's kind of hard to tell because I have to put in the cap so I can ground this piece of wire. Okay, so let's remove this and let's do a whole new coil. Okay. So what I'm gonna do first is being that there is, let me show you the holes. He has these gaps. You see that hole? That's one. He has a gap there. There's another hole there. That's where I ran the negative. And there's another gap there. So what I'm actually going to do is seesaw method. I'm going to put it right under here. Okay. And I'm just going to push it up. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the seesaw method and see if I have any problems. Use a thinner one so I can fit it. So I can fit it in that little circle hole. So, okay, I have it in, and I'm just gonna see. Look at that. It lifts. See? It lifts. Now this would help because that way, you know, you don't have to worry about cracking the ceramic if it gets stuck. But as you can see, she's coming out. Okay, she's lifting. There we go. So she came out. Now, the way I did these coils, if you're running dual coils, this is what I did. You see the twists? There we go. You see the twists? Okay, the twist ends there. Then it's only a single wire. You see that? It's only a single wire going into the inner channel. Now, if I put 2 wires in here, which I did experiment before, it will be stuck. Okay? But if you only leave it with 1 wire, you see that? It's only 1 wire going into the positive inner channel. Okay? You'll be fine. Which is twisted. Okay? So, I'm going to pull this out. And the way I'm going to pull it out is with a pair of pliers. And yank on the actual cable. Okay? Straighten out the one on the bottom. And it easily comes out. Okay? Which then you're left with the CE2 cup. And just to show you, see? It is dual coils. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go and clean this out. And be right back. Okay, so I'm back. And I'm going to get ready to start wrapping up the coils. I got 3 pieces of 1.5 wick, silica wick, and right now, so I have 2 coils ready to be mounted. First coil, CE2 cup. Let's see if I can focus that a little. Okay. Okay. So I have them both coming out of the actual side holes. Okay. And I won't pull this all the way, I won't drag this all the way in yet into the cup because I have another coil, okay, to add. Now these are 34 gauge resistance wires and 32 gauge non-resistance wires, okay. First coil is in the cup. Second coil is on top. So next thing what I'm going to do is take another wick. Now you don't have to put in 3 wicks. Hear me out. The reason why I'm putting the 3rd wick is because it gives me more moisture. Okay, of a vape. So it won't be too dry of a hit of a hard heated heat, because these things are going to be so warm. So I just want more moisture. So now what I'm going to do is, now I'll pull down the rest like so. But as I pull it down, I want to pinch that middle wick. Keep it in the middle. Now wires, alright, dangling from the right side and the left side, and there you go. Okay, now there's nothing that's going to go overhead, so you don't have to worry about it if it's sticking out, but you can still push it in if you want, you know, to keep it flat and even inside. And see if it fits. Now this is 1.5 wick that I'm using, okay? And we're going to be trimming this, but first let's line up the positive coils. Now keep in mind, we're not going to put 2 wires inside the positive chamber, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to twist these wires only, hear me out, you're only going to twist them until they reach to here, okay, to the end of this layer. Once it reaches the end of this layer, you can cut one of the ending wires and then stick the other one in, okay? Key thing. So let's get to twisting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch the pliers a little bit, about not halfway, but more or less where I want it to end the twist. So I'm going to twist this really good. You see that? The twisting ends, and then the single wire that's left. Okay? So when you bring it down alongside, see? It's just a single wire that's going to go inside the actual inner channel. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut some of this tail off. Okay? And now what we can do is we can either use pinch, do a little loop, you do a little loop, see that? And then with your hand or your finger, you can push it in. See that? Just like that. Now with that tail that's left, you can cut it with a nail clipper. There we go. So now it looks nice and clean. Okay? And you only have this one single wire going in here. Okay? Now for the negative. That was the positive. For the negative, we can twist the hell out of it. Twist the hell out of the 2 wires. How much twisting? Well, that's about, I'm going to show you right now. Because we're going to be cutting a fair amount. I just want the twisting to reach the actual opening. That's all. There we go. And that's good enough. And then what we're going to do is we're going to lift it up. See, you want the twisting to get up to here, to the lid. Okay, that's it. And then the rest you can cut, but we're not going to cut it just yet. Okay, we're just going to leave it standing up. Now we take the base. Okay. Now we take the base. We're going to insert this in. And as far as where the wires are shooting up, what I want to do is this. On any of the hole, these openings, okay, I'm going to put the wire in. So look how simple I'm going to do this. See? The 2 wires are coming out of the circle hole, okay? And this is just something I find to make it easier for me. And now what I do is I just gently, I just turn, wiggle the actual CE2, keeping the wicks on the channel that's exposed to ceramic. See that? So I keep the wicks, the endings on the side of the opening. So I just wiggle it. Woo! Okay, let's try this again. I just wiggle it. Slippery little sucker, I tell you. Okay, just wiggle it, push it down, and there we go. she already at the base. The next thing what we need to do is we're going to need to cut this wick. And the best way of doing it is nail clipper. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to be cutting and leaving just a very small layer, like a bow tie. See that? That's how much we're going to leave. Do the same thing on the opposite side. Just like that. Okay? Now, once that's done, what we're going to do is, clockwise, we're going to turn this wire, and as we turn it, we're going to cut up to where the twists are. See that? Up to where the twists are. And we're going to leave it dangling on that side, along the side of the groove of the edge, like that, okay? And you can take the cap, let me just examine the coil. Okay. Well, for that, let's add some juice. I'm going to add some cinnamon to these. Just a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to screw this in. And I like to go counterclockwise till I hear a snap. There we go. Unfasten it. Screw it on. I got some more to cut. Okay. Check the ohms. As you can see, 0.6, 0.63. The other one was 0.64. This one came out a little better. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a few more drops of juice just to make sure it's okay. Make sure it's nice and lubricated. Okay. And of course you can stick this in a tank. I'll probably do a video on that later. I just prefer using it as a dripper. Okay. Towel. Get some of my juice off my hands. Okay, so let's put this back on the helix. Drip tip on, and just to show you, I'm using this in 26/650 mode. drops. Hitting beautifully. As you saw, it was quite simple to remove the coils. Ceramic didn't crack for me. Hopefully, you know, that should help you. Choose one of the twisted wires to go into the middle channel, and as you saw how I pulled it out, it didn't get stuck. So with that, I'm gonna let you guys go. Hopefully you found this video helpful and informational for you. Please subscribe, that way I'll keep you updated on all the latest products and goodies. And of course, VaporCon, VaporCon, VaporCon. Forget about it.